Our smartphones are like mini computers in our pockets, capable of performing a multitude of tasks. We use apps for everything from banking to shopping to social media, making our lives more convenient and connected. However, this heavy reliance on mobile apps also makes them attractive targets for hackers and cybercriminals. Hackers are constantly finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities in mobile apps, putting our personal information at risk. They steal data, spread malware, and disrupt services, causing significant harm to users and businesses alike. The consequences can be devastating for both users and developers, leading to a loss of trust and financial stability. Users may lose sensitive information like passwords, financial details, or personal photos, which can be used for identity theft or fraud. Their devices may be hijacked or used to spread malware to other devices, creating a larger network of compromised systems. Developers face financial losses, reputational damage, and legal consequences, which can be difficult to recover from. As mobile app usage continues to grow exponentially, so does the importance of implementing robust security measures. Developers must prioritize security measures to protect users and their data, ensuring a safer digital environment for everyone. Phishing is a common social engineering technique used to steal user credentials. It often starts with an email or message that appears to be from a trusted source. Hackers create fake websites or apps that look legitimate. These sites are designed to closely mimic the appearance of real websites, making it difficult for users to distinguish between the two. They then trick users into entering their login information by presenting a login page that looks exactly like the one they are familiar with. This can happen on both computers and mobile devices. These phishing attempts can be very sophisticated, often using high-quality graphics and professional language to appear convincing. Hackers often mimic the branding and design of legitimate apps, including logos, color schemes, and even the layout of the interface. They may send emails or SMS messages with links to these fake sites. These messages often create a sense of urgency, prompting users to act quickly without thinking. Once a user enters their credentials on a phishing site, hackers can steal their account information. This can include usernames, passwords, and even answers to security questions. This information can then be used to access the user's accounts and steal data. Hackers may use this data for financial gain, identity theft, or to further compromise other accounts. To protect against phishing, users should be cautious about clicking on links in emails or SMS messages. It's important to hover over links to see the actual URL before clicking. They should always verify the legitimacy of a website or app before entering any personal information. This can be done by checking the URL, looking for secure connections, and cross-referencing with official sources. Malware is malicious software designed to harm devices or steal data. Hackers can spread malware through malicious apps, infected websites, or phishing attacks. Once installed on a device, malware can operate silently in the background. It can steal sensitive data, record keystrokes, or take control of device functions. Some types of malware can even spread to other devices on the same network. This can lead to widespread data breaches and system compromise. Users should only download apps from trusted sources like official app stores. They should also be wary of apps that request unnecessary permissions or display suspicious behavior. Brute force attacks involve guessing passwords by trying multiple combinations until the correct one is found. Hackers use automated tools to try thousands or even millions of password combinations per second. Weak or easily guessable passwords are particularly vulnerable to brute force attacks. Hackers can also exploit security weaknesses in an app's authentication system. To protect against brute force attacks, developers should enforce strong password policies. They should also implement mechanisms like account lockout after multiple failed login attempts. Users should create strong, unique passwords for all their accounts. A password manager can help generate and store complex passwords securely. Section 5. Exploiting app vulnerabilities, finding the weak links. App vulnerabilities are flaws in the code that hackers can exploit to gain unauthorized access or control. These vulnerabilities can arise from coding errors, insecure data storage, or inadequate security measures. Hackers use various techniques to discover and exploit app vulnerabilities. They might analyze the app's code for weaknesses or intercept data transmitted between the app and the server. Once a vulnerability is found, hackers can exploit it to gain access to sensitive data, modify app functionality, or even take control of the device. Developers must prioritize secure coding practices, conduct thorough security testing, and stay updated on the latest security threats to mitigate these risks. Section 6. The devastating impact of security breaches. Mobile app security breaches can have severe consequences for both users and developers. Users may suffer financial losses, identity theft, or reputational damage. Hackers can drain bank accounts, make unauthorized purchases, or steal personal information for blackmail or extortion. They can also assume a user's identity to commit fraud or other crimes. For developers, security breaches can lead to financial losses, legal liabilities, and irreparable damage to their reputation. They may face lawsuits, regulatory fines, and a loss of user trust. Recovering from a security breach can be costly and time-consuming. It is essential for developers to prioritize security to protect their users and their business. Section 7. Case Studies, Real-World Examples of App Hacks. In this section, we will delve into some of the most notorious app hacks that have made headlines in recent years. In 2018, the ride-hailing company Uber experienced a massive data breach that exposed the personal information of 57 million users. This breach included names, email addresses, and phone numbers, putting millions at risk of identity theft and other cybercrimes. Hackers exploited a vulnerability in Uber's code to gain access to their cloud storage system. They were able to download a significant amount of data, which was later used for malicious purposes. In another high-profile case, the popular social media app Facebook suffered a data breach in 2019 that affected over 530 million users. This breach exposed sensitive information, including phone numbers, email addresses, and even personal details like birth dates. Hackers exploited a vulnerability in Facebook's code to scrape user data, including phone numbers and email addresses. This data was then sold on the dark web, leading to a surge in phishing attacks and other cyber threats. These breaches highlight the real-world consequences of inadequate mobile app security. They show how even a single vulnerability can lead to massive data leaks, affecting millions of users worldwide. They serve as a stark reminder that even large companies with significant resources are vulnerable to attacks. It underscores the importance of robust security measures and constant vigilance in protecting user data. Section 8. Secure Coding Practices, Building a Strong Foundation. Secure coding practices are essential for building secure mobile apps. Developers should follow secure coding guidelines and best practices to minimize the risk of vulnerabilities. This includes validating user input, avoiding common coding errors, and implementing proper authentication and authorization mechanisms. Developers should also use secure libraries and frameworks and stay updated on the latest security best practices. By adhering to secure coding principles, developers can significantly reduce the likelihood of introducing vulnerabilities into their apps. Section 9. Data encryption and protection, shielding sensitive information. Data encryption is crucial for protecting sensitive information stored on mobile devices and transmitted between the app and the server. Encryption scrambles data, making it unreadable without the decryption key. Developers should use strong encryption algorithms and secure storage mechanisms to protect user data. They should also ensure that data is encrypted both at rest and in transit. By implementing robust data encryption measures, developers can safeguard user information from unauthorized access, even if a device is lost or stolen. Section 10. Security Testing, Identifying and Fixing Vulnerabilities. Thorough security testing is crucial for identifying and fixing vulnerabilities before they can be exploited by hackers. Developers should conduct regular security assessments throughout the app development lifecycle. This includes penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, and code review. Developers should also use automated testing tools to identify common vulnerabilities. By proactively identifying and addressing security weaknesses, developers can significantly reduce the risk of their apps being compromised. Section 11. The ongoing battle for mobile app security. The battle for mobile app security is an ongoing one. As hackers develop new attack methods, developers must constantly adapt and improve their security measures. Staying informed about the latest security threats, adopting best practices, and implementing robust security measures are crucial for staying ahead of the curve. By prioritizing security, developers can protect their users, safeguard their data, and maintain the integrity of their apps in an increasingly interconnected world.